Training camp out in Oxnard, California is ramping up for the Dallas Cowboys, and man, is there a lot to talk about from Saturday's blue and white practice. Young players were showing up, one receiver is getting more offensive opportunities, a linebacker that flashed consistently throughout the day, and our discussion that needs to start about the kicker position. So, let's get into the video. I want to start this video by saying that the Cowboys do not and should not have their starting kicker on the roster right now. Today was absolutely abysmal from both kickers on the team. To understand what I mean, let's talk about the mojo moment that was really rough for both of them, Brandon Aubrey and Tristan Vizcaino. The Cowboys have a mojo moment where they come together to compete offense versus defense for one play. However many yards the Cowboys get, the kickers will then come in and attempt a 30 to 50 yard field goal. It's a good way of breeding competition. During that, both kickers were 1 of 6 combined, missing 5 straight, with Tristan Vizcaino missing horribly multiple times. It got so bad that the crowd started booing. So I don't think the Cowboys have their starting kicker on the roster. And if they go into the season with one of these guys, it's gonna be really bad. One guy has kicked 12 total kicks in the NFL. One guy has attempted 12 total field goals in the NFL. The other guy has only ever kicked in the USFL. Hopefully there's some guys out there in free agency that the team can pick up, because right now I'm really worried about the kicker position. But enough talking about the kickers. Let's start talking about the offense versus defense portion of the day. And based on what I saw, it looks like the defense had the better day. To start the team period in drills, the defensive line was once again dominating like we've seen numerous times throughout camp. Dorrance Armstrong ran over Terrence Steele for a sack. Micah was beating his man consistently to get into the backfield. The defense was holding up well on run plays, making Dak fit the ball in some tight windows, and overall they just looked big, fast, and strong. But there was one guy that stuck out to me from the broadcast a few times, and that was Damone Clark, the second-year linebacker from LSU. That is likely going to start beside Leighton Vander Esch when we kick off the year in just over a month. He flashed some real speed. He had one play where he was in the backfield quickly, wrapping up Malik Davis or Rico Dowdle. He was doing some good things with his run fits, finding the ball carrier, and running sideline to sideline. I'm excited about Damone Clark's potential with a full offseason under his belt. As you know, we didn't get to see him until late in the year last season, where he was just thrown into the fire. Well, I'm excited about what I saw from him today. I hope we see him carry that momentum into live action during the preseason. But we can't go without talking about the offense just a little bit. Let's start with Tony Pollard. I know that it's hard to gauge running back success in camp, but right now, Pollard looks like the guy that we saw pre-injury. He looks explosive, he looks comfortable with that leg. He had a play today where he stuck his foot in the ground and got up the field in a hurry. It's good to see that all of his off-season rehab will likely have him back to at least 95% of what we saw in 2022. And speaking of explosive players, Kevontae Turpin was getting some work with the first team's offense. Dak was targeting him early in practice. They even tried to get it to him on a deep crossing route that didn't quite hit, but I like the thought process. Me and a lot of other people thought that the Cowboys really underutilized him last year in the downfield department. But it seems like this camp that the Cowboys are treating him like a normal wide receiver, not just some gadget guy that runs jet sweeps. If Turpin and Dak can start hitting on some of those deep passes, boy, is this offense going to be scary. Another wide receiver that continues to impress at camp is Jalen Tolbert. And I gotta say, he just looks like a completely different player this year. You can really see the confidence growth from last year. The guy has made contested catches. He had a nice back shoulder catch with Nashawn Wright draped all over him. He just seems like a completely new player versus what we saw in 2022. Comfortable in Mike McCarthy's system, and it's incredible to see the transformation. To finish out talking about the offense, I do want to mention that it did look like Dak was off a little bit today. He had some throws that were questionable and probably weren't the best choices, especially during crunch time situations. runs, but it wasn't all on him. There were a couple of miscommunications on routes. Simi Fehoko just stopped on one play, and I'm surprised that Trayvon Diggs didn't pick it off. So like we saw last year, there are still some communication errors in this offense that they're going to have to get sorted out. But the offense didn't go without making at least some good plays as well. Dak finished off the drive with a dot to CeeDee Lamb and an amazing catch from him to end the 2-minute drill for this first team. During the 2-minute, I thought it was beautiful football from both sides. Good coverage on the back end, the defensive line was getting after it, the offense made some contested catches, Dak had some nice throws. Overall, I thought it was great work for both teams. And that's what it seems like training camp for the Cowboys has been this entire time. It seems like every single day, the team's getting good work, people are coming out of practice healthy, and that's all you can ask for during training camp. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I love you all,